Woo! How's it going? Oh my goodness. Guys, you guys know what time it is, right? You guys know what time it is? Got a little resonant bell bowl right here. Boom, 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 boom. It's Power Hour. It is Power Hour. We just saw GameStop go the craziest impulse wave that we predicted earlier on today. We had a pretty good job predicting it earlier on, and we are continuing to track this upward momentum for GameStop, almost point for point, cursor for cursor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 wave impulse, and that is something to bring home to, right? We passed over $200. That's 10% up, right? AMC was basically like, me too, I gotta go as well. It was down a couple of percentage points on the day, hovering right above that $10 level of support, and that support did make it have a meteoric rise all the way through the VWAP, and now it is trading with a little bit of a minor correction, certainly at double topping at 1030. So this double top right here gives me pause, gives me a little bit of suspicion, and we're going to cover the technicals in just a second. Let's see. Let me see what everyone is saying. Meatball needs a treat. I agree. Here you go, buddy. Gobble, gobble, gobble. How's it going, guys? I did get a copyright strike on that, not a strike, but a claim on that Home Alone clip. Even though I did all the voices, even though none of the words were even about Home Alone, they caught me. So there you go, right? This is why we can't have nice things. This is why I don't put out the tweets of DFV that is basically parodies of popular culture, right? Fox needs their attendees, and now the channel is at risk of being shadow banned. So go ahead, throw some scissors in the chat if you guys heard me go live through your notifications. Throw some rockets in the chat if you guys have been waiting for a hot sec, because each time I go live, I do set up the Premiere Advanced, right? I do schedule it in advance, so let me know where you guys are coming from. Let me know what's going on here. Okay, so we had a rip above $200. We're just testing it out right now as we speak. Meepo's gonna go off and check. Let's see now. What kind of questions do we have here? Press release with the third bridge, right? We're gonna find out a little bit about it. It is a private press release, unfortunately. So that's something that we cannot, we can look at the agenda for today, that's for sure. But we cannot figure out exactly what is going on live. And if Ryan Cohen does speak, we'll be the first one to hear about it. Something to keep in mind here, let's look at this. Catalyst, possible GME catalyst coming out. So, where is that? Hold on, here's the agenda. Okay, so we have the agenda right here. And then we're gonna look at some absolute FUD. GameStop stock, it's game over, right? The reason why we have to read this FUD is because when you search GameStop, this is the first thing that shows up, and we're here as an important counterpoint here, right? That there's 2,000 of you that are currently slamming that like button, supporting the stream. This is not over by a long shot. Absolutely nothing is happening to GameStop other than positive tendies later on today, and we're excited for a monumentously exciting power hour. That's what we're doing right now. Dimitri says, switching to watching you. Maccourse is a bot, never going back to watch him? I doubt that. Thank you, Meatball, for all the info. I'm a new sub. Dimitri, welcome to the stream. I really appreciate you guys coming on. But remember, apes don't fight apes. We are keeping it positive in here. All right, so spoons in the chat. One time I said spoon platoon earlier on today, and that will never... That's currently the name of the game now. If you guys did not notice, we have a cute little Meatball hoodie right here. AngelaMoney.com. Why did I just say that? I don't know. Jeff, the Omega 1 NJUSA HPR squeezing right now. 2.4 million float merger on April 1st. Send it. HPR, you're going to be in our bully corner now. Let's just take a look at what is happening to you. 32%. All right. Not too bad. It was up at $9 earlier, which would have made it landed a little close to 100% up. So, thank you. What is it? Frugi Hoi. I appreciate that. Okay, so once again, we need to read this FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, because we are going to provide some strong counterpoints to it. If you guys are not aware, hey, If you guys are not aware, we are here to talk about the data, right? The short percent, right? The percent ownership of the float by the retail investors, and most importantly, the corrective and impulse waves, as this is a Elliott wave theory in the making. Perfect storm for GME, and yet we have this fear, uncertainty, and doubt coming from the mainstream media as of right now, right? This is important to cover because one, we need to have some strong scientific no. We are going to give it the criticism that it deserves, right? And see exactly why people are trying to lead. The first thing that you Google with GME news is this thing, right? This thing that came out a couple of hours ago that is saying, GameStop, it's game over. Maybe sensationalist news, maybe just bait for more shilling. But however, it is important to be able to take in this information and see it from all sides. And as funny as it is, game over, we can see right here, GameStop is up 10% on the day. That's right, double digits on the day. It's going to continue to rise, and we are going to continue to watch it. Spoon Platoon, here we go. Aw, Eric Ivory, I appreciate that. Captain of the Rocket of the Moon Platoon. Boom. So, last week, GameStop released its first annual earnings since the meme stock craze of January and February. Overall, they were rather disappointing. First of all, counterpoint immediately, it was just a regular earnings call. Right? There was no exciting flashiness. There were high expectations, and Mr. RC did not get to speak. I would say that the minor earnings miss is because Wall Street has pretty high standards. So I'm not going to play double standard here, right? It wasn't spectacular, but it absolutely does not need to be embodied as rather disappointing. Are you a food critic from Ratatouille? Come on now. While not all of the GameStop's financial metrics for 2020 were poor, the most important ones, revenue and net income, missed, right? The diluted EPS underperformed estimates by 0.08. That's 8 cents. It missed by 8 cents, while revenue was a full $109 million short of expectations. Once again, these are people in a room with maybe some information, but not all of the pieces of what GameStop is going through, just putting their finger up in the air and saying, this is what I expect that the GameStop is going to try and put out for its earnings report. Come on now. This is getting ridiculous here. If present trends continue, GameStop stock is likely to underperform, and on the day that is up 9.5%. In this article, I'll explore GameStop's recent earnings and what they mean for shareholders. All right, let's see. Disappointing earnings. GameStop's 2020 earnings broadly missed targets, right? We already talked about that. Net income down $215 million. Hey, guess what? Pandemic. This is data from Q4, right? This is not the same turnaround story like the same turnaround stories that we are seeing for the opening up of AMC theaters, right? Of the new gaming chairs, of the thousands of new employees and that GameStop is bringing in, as well as the leadership changing positions. The old guard changing for the new guard, okay? We already have heard of 3 brand new executives coming on board, all of which are either Amazonians, ex-Amazonians, or ex-Chewy members. Ryan Cohen is making moves right now, even though he's not allowed to officially talk about it. That's not to say that there were no strong points in GameStop's earnings report. If you look at the fourth quarter alone rather than the full year, GameStop did crank out an $80 million profit. Also, e-commerce surged 175% for the fourth quarter and 191% for the year. There were some high notes and amid all the bad news, but overall thrust of the report was negative. Certainly, it wouldn't justify the valuation reached at the height of the meme stock craze. Certainly? This is starting to become a little bit, we already heard of the hyperbole before, but certainty is something that you basically never hear in this beautiful casino called the Wall Street market here. One interesting question about GameStop is whether e-commerce can save it from its long-term sales decline. As mentioned previously, GameStop's sales decreased in its most recent quarter. However, the magnitude of the decline was not large, and e-commerce sales grew 191%. In the fourth quarter, e-commerce made up 34% of total sales. Given that sales only declined 3.4% overall, it looks like another year of nearly 200% growth in e-commerce could easily restore GME to positive sales growth. And you know that Mr. RC is going and grinding for those e-commerce partnerships, right? SLGG, right? Some sort of esports gaming, some sort of gaming chairs that allow people to come in and continue being competitive, right? In person, as the pandemic starts to ease up. So most importantly, even this bearish article has pointed out this is the avenue that GameStop is going in. Certainly that could come to pass, but the company faces an uphill battle. Today, the vast majority of gamers download their games online. Usually they'll only buy physical copies when they want to buy used or when the console hard drive is full. Wow, now, telling a real story here. Funny to hear that from... Here you go, Meatball. From some pretty hyperbolic language here. In light of this, it looks like GameStop will have to rely on console sales and perhaps game-related toys merch to drive its sales going forward. It's hard to imagine sales of these items competing with GameStop's glory days as a game vendor. One stock that might be worth owning, wow, really, just going to go and chill out with a direct distraction. Another meme stock might be worth looking at. BlackBerry got bid up in the meme stock frenzy of January and February. Unlike GameStop, it's situated in a growth industry rather than a declining one. Oh, come on. AI-powered car software is expected to grow by 14.5% CAGR from 2020 to 2017, and BlackBerry is one of the main players in the space. This year, the company revealed that its QNX software was running on 175 million cars. Its software revenue has been growing over the last several years. These facts in themselves certainly don't make BB a stock a buy, but the company appears to have been better growth prospects than GameStop, whose entire industry niche is rapidly becoming obsolete. This is the exact same language that brought the hedge funds and the short hedge funds, specifically the short whales, into the situation to begin with. As a reminder, right, these kinds of mainstream articles are mainly to create this echo chamber in the system, right? A lot of these highly invested companies that want to create FUD is going to go out and say, look at this mediocre earnings report. Oh, did you expect everyone to be on their best game for the pandemic? Especially since this is last quarter's news, right? Q4. One of the most important things to take out of the 10K, if you guys have read it, is that GameStop talked specifically about whether or not the short is 100%. All of the shares that it has released is now over 100% short. And they specifically use the language to that extent, which in legalese is in the event that it is given. We're neither confirming nor denying. In that situation, that is going to be... Someone is at the door. I hope it's not Melvin. In that event, there is going to be the opportunity for us to be able to start playing around with the opportunity for us to play around with the underlying technicals, the underlying analyses that we have created for this growth stock to begin with. I want to thank the people in this list right here, and I want to thank all of you as well. Okay, don't think I can use that anymore after that ending. Can you please go over Chewy Technicals before earnings today? Looking for an entry in the company I love. Sure. Let's take a look. I'm going to go read through some of your chats. I wonder who is talking about. Let's see. Says in the chat. Boom. That guy came all the way up here, the Grubhub guy? Mm-hmm. Impressive. Dog go brrr. Protect Meatball. Can the Elliott wave theory be moved to the macro level? Well, the theory itself is that every single subwave in the micro sense is also a composite of a larger macro wave. However, as we use it in the grander scheme of things, it gets way blurrier to be able to see these beautiful impulse waves, for example, here, right? If we zoom it out to, let's say, the hourly chart, suddenly it gets a lot more blurry, right? And longer term plays should be using fundamental analysis in conjunction. If you're using any amount of Elliott wave theory, likely you're going to have to be able to use at least partially fundamental analyses as well. Momentum can only bring you so far. Can I ever take in Meatball Corgi racing? I actually have. There's CorgiCon that comes to the Bay Area every year. And actually it comes multiple times a year before the pandemic started. So there you go. Meatball smells a Jim Cramer. Ball of meat going cray-cray. Kenny G listens to Kenny G with your child. Kenny G, Kenny G, Kenny G. He deserveth many a treatise. Meatball, he deserveth many a treatise. Oh, I forgot that I should put this in frame. We're celebrating one way or another, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. So, we are here with that absolute mainstream FUD that we just saw. And now, let me take a look. Nope, still going at it. All right, let's look at that agenda for what we should expect from today's closed door meeting. Once again, it is closed door. I was hoping to be able to stream it because normally these events are public. However, this is a paid-for event by, you know, people with purse strings and important people that are more important than me. Let's see. Tyler Hilliard. Yo, is cup and handle still possible? Heck yeah. Cup and handle usually is defined by a decreasing volume on the handle. So let's look back on the hourly chart. So there is a strong decline here on that handle, and then we were fearful that this was going to pass underneath the upper half of this cup, and then when we were able to face a pretty steep reversal, that allowed us to stay on the upper half of that cup, as it turns out. Okay, once again, here is the agenda. 3 a.m. Shanghai. I wonder if any Chinese investors are currently listening in. Check Instagram, a YouTube video called GME Eat the Rich. Ooh, okay, I'll go check it out. Jason McKinney says, did you confirm my salty findings? Yellow curry. The Tendy man cometh. Where's my big coffee? Ah, big kofefe. Okay, so what is happening here? Andrew, I have the timestamps confirm what I said earlier. Jason McKinney, what did you say earlier? Sorry, my brain is basically as like can't focus on 3 streams of thought at the same time. Andrew is unfazed as Meatball takes down another intruder. Meatball is fierce. Fierce boy. Where Meatball? Meatball is currently begging at my feet right now, but you can't have any curry, buddy. Can't have any curry. So, the meeting agenda once more, right? Let's actually zoom in a little bit so we can see the whole thing here. So the agenda is right here. We have key competitive dynamics in the video game retail industry. GameStop, Walmart, Best Buy, and Target. Revenue analysis of GameStop's existing business segments, new, pre-owned, and accessories. So this is basically talking about right now, selling brand new games, selling the used games, which is what the GameStop is known for, and then finally, even as that FUD article said, selling accessories. This is like the toys and the add-ons that you could end up making some good money on. That FUD article made it seem like that was the only way GameStop could make money, and that's pretty annoying. Digital transformation efforts, online sales, and penetration growth methods. So this is the most important piece that we want to either hear someone representing Ryan Cohen's ideas talk about, or Ryan Cohen himself talk about, right? These transformation efforts is likely going to be able to give us a better understanding of exactly how he plans to enter new markets. Sanosuke 1991, thank you for that super, I appreciate that. Let's see. And then foot traffic recovery trends post-pandemic, very interesting. And then near-term risks highlighting public image and longer-term outlook. So these two combined together likely is going to be the gaming chairs and the new gaming setup that GameStop has currently set up. This is going to allow GameStop to take advantage of the pandemic reversal, right? The recovery stocks, airlines, TripAdvisor, travel, right? This is going to be able to be the same force that gives AMC a boost. Likely GameStop wants a piece of it. So there we go. Hello, Andrew says Free J. Love the content. Good morning from Australia. Very cool. Let's see. Hungry Howie. It's really simple now. The only play and this is the only play, and lock out your sell buttons. Oof. Let's see. Thank you. Kombucha from Hector. So this is the private booking right now. Online booking is not available for this event. To attend, contact Third Bridge below. And Third Bridge is the same company that hosted their announcement of the Microsoft partnership back in October. So that's why we are hopeful. That's why we want to be able to fully understand and get caught up with whatever it comes out of this meeting. Likely it's not going to be longer than an hour, I'm imagining. So after that, we'll be able to understand a little bit more. Oh boy, okay, so... Am I tripping, or is today a mini cup and handle? Well, cup and handles really don't work on a smaller scale. I don't want to be the breaker of bad news, but let's zoom out a little bit here for the 5-minute chart. Oh, you're talking about this as a handle? Two problems wrong with this. There's usually needs to be a nice long U, a nice long bottom, and currently because of these small spikes here, it may invalidate that momentum. Usually a cup and handle is 2 attempts to target 1 resistance, right? And both of them testing the same resistance and then petering out for a long time, sideways trading, is going to be able to provide us with a handle that isn't so sharp down on the day and usually lasts somewhere between 4 days and 4 weeks. Nazmi Oskan says, please don't forget like and love button for Andrew. Where's that love button? Well, we're getting close to that love button. With 1,000 likes, I think that we would be getting close to that love button, ladies and gentlemen. That like button. It's a good investment. We'll take one quick bite of this curry while it's hot. Ooh, it's hot. Ow. That's hot. Got too excited. Okay, so GameStop seeing major rip action here, but now has dipped below that 195 level of support, supposed to give us that support. However, now we're actually trending pretty much exactly down this channel here. Let's build it here. There we go. So this channel is where we see this ascending level of support once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and now it is touching this again. Likely, if it goes down this channel, we are going to see it bounce off of this level, which is exactly where the VWAP meets the price. Oh, it's like, it's math, it's beautiful. Oh. But mostly it's just behavior, right? This is just a little bit of sociology in your for your day. We're looking at exactly how macro groups of people perform, right? We saw AMC push past the VWAP. This correction was waiting to happen with not enough volume, and with no volume here, we saw this push, but the VWAP didn't change basically at all. It went up from, let's see, it went up from 1009 to 1011. It went up 2 cents. So this correction was just begging to happen. Hopefully this actually pushes up further into the last few minutes of after hours. We only have 35 minutes left. And Jas Cho says, remember, market is closed this Friday, so options this week expire on Thursday. Let's look at that options chain. Options chain, options chain, options chain. Wow, brand new $3 million worth of options at $300. This wasn't something that we were able to see earlier today. We still see the small amount actually growing at $800 on the far side, right, all the way over there. However, as a reminder, we have $2 million worth of $100 deep in the money. So therefore, we are now at almost $30 million worth of calls right between $60 to $100 strike. That's deep in the money. So Who is doing this? Why is that happening? These are the questions that we have to ask, because who exactly is planning on essentially doubling down on Roaring Kitty, doubling down on his guess as to where we are going here? Ooh, we're real close to 75,000. It would be cool if we can get it today during this stream, so that we can have Mr. Chris Rakas. Is this? Yeah, 75 subs. So we are 650 away, and he can put $1,000 into AMC to buy that tasty dip. AMC barely is dipping. It was worse off for the wear earlier today, but now it's down only 1.5% points. Look at that. Look at us bounce between this channel that I built here. Math. Love it. Look at this hoodie. Oh yeah, people are asking about the hoodie? Moneyball hoodie. Meatball, that's you. Moneyball hoodie. That store is changing all the time. AndrewMomoney.com. Okay, so someone is asking, how do options work exactly? It gives you the option, not the obligation, to buy a stock for a certain price if it's a call, or sell a stock for a certain price if it's a put. All of it costs a premium. So you can imagine that there's an extra little buffer to make the person that you're buying that contract from a little extra money for them. Porter Stansbury has entered the market. Jezebel, what did you say? Had to step away and spend a little money on more GME, but I'm back again, you beautiful human being. James Allison is talking about people YOLOing their funds into options. Options are very dangerous. We have seen the God Pill. Bless his heart, we love Marcus, but he not only was able to turn around and make $1 million, but then lost it after consecutively losing out $200,000 a week on far out of the money options, right? Far out of the money, such as this right here, $300,000 of options at $800. This is likely Marcus. This is likely the God Pill over here buying some $800 strikes. Far out of the money. People are saying pull up the hoodie. Far out of the money options is dangerous because it essentially is a bet that is not going to help the... Oh, Matt did reach out to me. It's because I have a new phone, so I did not get to check it. But yeah, this hoodie pulls up. What was I asking? Oh yeah, far out of the money options are not going to likely be delta hedged at all, which means that you are just giving money to the hedge funds as a premium. So you're just giving them free money. But it does help that gamma ramp, if it's closer to being in the money. Near in the money options allow you to have more gamma ramp as on the way up. We see that we have this big ramp up at $200, and we see we have an even bigger one now at $300. So there's a $2.5 million worth of calls at $200, and then roughly $3 million of calls at $300. Ape strong together, says Cyprian. Heck yeah. I look like Dark Kenny from South Park. Dark Kenny. Colin McEnroy is asking about what is expected in the meeting. Probably a lot of like bloviating as usual, but at the same time, we might be hearing a strategic partnership. Last time it was with Microsoft for GameStop when they did this exact same thing back in October. So is it the SLGG partnership that we've been asking for? Maybe. We wanted to go into esports to be able to start paving the way, and in that agenda, it seemed like that could be a direction that GameStop wants to go in. I'm going to say, yeah, Matt reached out like 9 a.m., so I'm a little late. Sorry for the delay. New phone didn't have contact names. Nathan Adams, I want to meet Godpill and punch him in the face. How rich are you to make $1 million and even have the balls to risk losing all of it? I'm not sure where he is right now in terms of being up or down on options, but he does love options, that's for sure. Last time, I think he was talking to Warden about starting an options course. Is that a Bloomberg terminal? What kind of charting program am I using? Well, this is WeBull. Go and get your 2 free stocks down below if you guys have not yet downloaded this free software. It's pretty cool. I like it. It works for me. Okay, so we saw this earlier. I'm starting to see a weird pattern on our GME where there's barely any new... Oh. There's barely any new DD after a certain time, but I guess everyone's sleeping. Oh. Jenna Owens. Uh-oh, is she gonna get in trouble for this? Jenna says, I like this post almost as much as I like the stock. Remember, she's the brand new COO of GameStop. Wow. So she likes the stock. She said it right there. That's exciting. Let's see. Quit your job before the squeeze? No, lead a normal life. Keep your head down and pretend that GME doesn't exist. Oh, okay. It's kind of like winning the lottery ticket. You're just waiting for the ticket to be in the money. Naked shorting scam revealed. Lending of market makers privileges. The married blah 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 blah. Okay, maybe this one. This hoodie is also going away in the merch store, by the way. It's just not going to stay there very, very long. Hey, Ethan Thomas says, what do you think of the moves of GME this week? So look at this channel that I made. Perfect bounce off of my channel, right? I have no idea what's going to happen. However, when I saw this pattern line up, I couldn't help but tell you that when it was reaching the VWAP, it was likely going to bounce, and now it actually has passed through 195, and likely, if we are going to continue following this channel, it is going to close right at this resistance level. This is where After Hours begins, and the channel follows almost exactly where that resistance is going to support GameStop. A quick switcheroo of resistance and support here. Very cool. Ilarian says I remind him of Nathan Chen, the figure skater. I think I've seen one interview with him. I think that's a strong compliment. SLR Finance is expiring. I have videos about that in the 60-second format, in the actual 10-minute format. There's plenty of ways that I've talked about SLR, or also Tier 1 leverage ratio. Nathan says my channel is short squeezing. That means that I have a significant amount of haters, and my short interest is through the roof. So once again, let's beat the haters. Let's click that like button to get up to 1,000 likes, and drop a subscribe to get up to 75,000. Quick, we're almost there. I have Vanden is asking me about World Wrestling Entertainment. Is that what that stands for? WWE? William Shatner joins WWE Hall of Fame? What? Bill Shatner? I don't know enough about it to say anything. Aaron Garcia says, can you plug my WeBull link? Heck no. One, because I can't show any links. This is just not, I can't even, if I wanted to see a link, I couldn't even see a link. But if you guys did want to get 2 free stocks on WeBull, drop it, grab my link down below. Let's see. Joshua says, bro, listening to people eating makes me cringe. Goodness gracious. Chest pound. Ooh, 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 ooh. The shad is where it's at. Yeah, I'm trying to eat as quietly as I physically can. Kenny G wants to wrestle. Captain Kirk is rich AF. If I were a JoJo character, which one would you be? Josuke waiting on his lottery tendies. Also, the stand is Crazy Diamond, which is appropriate for you. I appreciate that. Ethan Thomas says, love your videos, by the way. Watch them every day. Keep it up. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to keep it up. It's quite tiring. It's quite a struggle. So, that channel that I set up, perfect bounce. As clockwork expected. This corrective wave is actually not continuing on. This actually might be a quick bounce as well. We could be seeing that AMC is struggling here at 1018. Now that 1018 was what I hesitated to add an extra level of resistance before, but that is where AMC was saved earlier yesterday, and then earlier again. So I am curious about 1012 or 1018 as a potential resistance, but I'm already drawing so many that I don't want to cover the board with AMC. Just know that AMC is struggling right here for a good amount of time. Let's see. Is that about a scenario where GME hits mother of all short squeezes? What are you going to wear, drink, yell, etc., etc.? Christopher Katsuff, that's a great question. I think I'm going to be wearing a top hat. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I haven't thought about that yet. Andre Haley says, hi, can you make a little special about the double down feature? How does it work in what the fuck? Sorry, us so special on this. That would be cool. I don't know what double down, what does that mean? Is it a stock term? Ooh, get a spacesuit. That's a good idea. Meridian Sun. Eat louder. Let's get that stock buying ASMR. I'm basically done. I'm pretty full. Oh, but I do need more coffee. Kofefe. WWE stock announced partnership. That was the news. Okay, thank you. I abandoned. I wasn't sure if Bill Shatner was the news. Let's see. Yeah, Roaring Kitty's new YouTube video. We covered it. I voiced over it, and I got a copyright claim on that from Fox. So they really want to hold on to their Home Alone tendies from like decades ago. So what can you do? Andrew, don't forget to organize a co-mingling of the space apes on the moon for us. Heck yeah, we're gonna have a whole collective, right? It's gonna be a co-op. Do they think DD is double down? Maybe. I'm not sure what double down means. DD is research. Yeah, DD stands for due diligence. Entry point on GME, sourness. You guys know I don't do. I can't give you buy or sell advice because none of this is financial advice. However, right now, I would say the GME is in this upward channel for the rest of the day at least. There's absolutely no entry points that I can see as favorable for the rest of the day. Because I'm imagining if my trend here is well plotted, we're just going to be closing roughly a couple of cents beneath where we are right now. Tomorrow, though, tomorrow is a different story. Tomorrow is when the last chance for the extension, the last chance for the SLR rule, temporary rule, before everyone needs to start taking care of their SLR again tomorrow, on the day after. If I was an adult beverage, would I be a Coors Light? Why would I be a Coors Light? Ben, whose stream do you think you're on right now? I wouldn't be a Coors Light. I would be a Mogarita. Help me out here. What do you guys think? I would be a Mojito. Duh. Oh my god, that was rough. Mojito for sure. Andrew Mojito. Let's see. You said DFV doubled down earlier. Is that what they're referring to? Average up is another way of thinking about it. Yeah, average up might be what we're referring to. Josh Proctor, thank you for the super. If GME and AMC were to squeeze at the same exact time, what do you think would happen? Everyone I've seen has only been predicting what happens to one. That's a good question. Maybe it's time for the whiteboard. Oh. Okay, so I'm starting to get used to using this backward. But what would I think would happen if GME and AMC were to squeeze at the same time? So what would happen is when GME, let's say, so these charts are the right side up, right? Because I'm drawing backwards. If GME starts to rise here and then squeeze, that is going to cause, is that the right angle? Yeah. If this is GME, I don't know how to write backwards. GME. Did that work? No. E. Okay, so GME. There we go. That's not bad. So GME squeezes. This is going to cause the same hedge funds that shorted both of these to get margin called at the same time. Luckily, AMC is exactly the same backwards. Oh, no, it's not. It's like that. So AMC here is going to also start to squeeze, as the margin call from GME is going to cause the margin call for AMC as well. So this is actually very likely. We would like for them to squeeze independently and then one after another. But very likely, if a hedge fund or an institution had shorted both AMC and GME, they would likely cause one of the other squeezes, especially if they've been shorting the ETFs, which trend together at the same time. That's a good question. I might do a whole 60-second video on that. I have a bunch of 60-second videos I need to make. Boy, oh boy. Hazardous Condition says I have ADD, authority disruptive disorder. Heck yeah. Okay, 15 minutes until the day is over. A Motai. That's pretty good. Let's see. A Qingdao. A Dr. Pepper. Now that would be Meatball. I think a Mojito makes the most sense. It already has the entire name in it, so a Mo Monkey Margarita. What beer has a diamond in its logo? Ooh, I can't remember. Like a Japanese beer, maybe. Drinks Ape Light. There we go. With the recent Archegos news, can you explain how block trades are done on the open market? Well, I think I was planning on that to be a full video, so let me see if I can pull up some stuff. And I just have so much backlog of videos that I need to make. So let me focus up again. Look at this cute little meatball here at Andrew Mo Money. So let me see, what kind of videos do I have to make? I have to make one about let's see, so Ozzy M says, do you think that if AMC stock splits in May, will it affect the value and squeeze potential? Yeah, we've been worried about a split for a while. I haven't really talked about the ramifications of it yet, but I will soon. Let's see. So I think I'm just gonna have this one here, just in general. It's a fun 60-second video advert here. And then All Boogie made a question here. I don't understand if this banking thing, if banks have to liquidate to pay debts, doesn't that mean they have to buy back shorts? right? We're going to cover that one. And then finally, we have the if AMC and GME were to squeeze at the same time question. These are all really good questions, so we're going to make sure that we have time for all of them. Ooh, just 650 subscribers away until this channel short squeezes. Look at my prediction. Look at my prediction. It's really good. Chris Reika's just 630 subscribers away until Chris hits his goal. New Roaring Kitty tweet. Am I ready to get another copyright claim? I'm gonna look at what Roaring Kitty is tweeting first. Kev A says, tomorrow this week good for AMC and GME? It certainly is going to be different when the SLR rule hits. Nothing is going to be truly different until the 801 rule gets implemented. And then we're going to see what the DTCC's actual intentions are. And of course, that criminal investigation that we saw earlier. Oh, this is the David Blaine YouTube video. Okay, I think that's fine. This is the David Blaine YouTube video. They're like, yeah, David Blaine, go, it's like, you want me to see me do it? Cheez-Its? You guys can watch it yourself. I'm too afraid of copyright claims now. What? A teddy bear? Whoa. David Blaine. Not real David Blaine. This was like a very old YouTube video. Christopher Katsev. Yeah, I have to research a little bit about how to use a drawing tablet. But yes, I am super down. Okay, so this is a little bit new. I don't think I remember this. So there's this $1 million of $50 strikes now put here for puts. And yeah, these three pillars of society here. 2 million, 3 million. This is also $2 million worth of calls down here. Food Platoon, here it is. Beer and rockets in the chat to celebrate our moon landing. Guys, beer and rockets in the chat. Mostly rockets, because I think beer might be hidden by YouTube. If you guys haven't checked out Food Platoon, that's a little friend of a show called Reese Beats starting a brand new show, so go check him out. Oh boy. Oh yeah, and by the way, even though the markets are going to be closed, we're still going to be here on Friday. Don't worry. All right, just 12 more minutes left on the day. We're getting excited. Kevin A says, why starting tomorrow it's going to be different? Because of the SLR rule. Well, not technically tomorrow, because it's not going to expire until the day after tomorrow. Right, it's expiring tomorrow. SLR is a thing that I've covered multiple times today, not only in 60 seconds, but also I covered it in like 10 minutes. So if you got confused about what rule is expiring tomorrow, I got you. Just hold on tight. The Stovetop 77. Super dumb. What is that referring to? Meatball sees my food. He does. Matthew says, my portfolio is 90% GME. Remember guys, diversify your portfolios. Never bet more than you are willing to lose, especially on these highly volatile stocks. Uh, 1,111, Mr. Simon. The goalpost moving is indicative of both sides, right? Both of us can see when we are excited for specific dates. So we're not trying to say, hey, tune in tomorrow because there's going to be some crazy stuff happening, right? We're going to say that tomorrow, here's what you have to look at. If you don't want to look at it, no one is forcing you to, right? At any time, scissors in the chat, specifically for you. Rob Tal says SSR, not SLR. No, SLR. Supplementary leverage ratio, right? Also known as Tier 1 leverage ratio. SSR is the short sale restriction list, which does not matter very much comparison to how much people think it matters. Joshua Grimvault says, just some funny forethought. What if Amazon is planning to acquire or negotiate a merger of shorts with AMC and GME? That would be monumental. We've covered that. That was actually a I don't know, Business Insider or Bloomberg article from June of last year. And then they translated to French and everyone thought it was brand new news. It wasn't. It was just word for word the translation of the same article from June. So as of right now, Amazon's probably not going to do that. Although there might be an interesting partnership, right? But they're not going to acquire AMC or GME. Not likely. At the very least, that would be a pleasant surprise. And we shouldn't expect it to happen. Expectations hurts everyone. We ain't leaving. Let's see. Remember, Mr. Buttervenom, I said specifically not that. I specifically said that's not the message here. Let's see. Vegas Chef Andrew talking about SOS here. What do all these scissors mean, says Sammy Davis. The real Sammy Davis is in my chat? Sammy Davis, let me tell you, it's because we want to cut those paper hands out of the crowd. Because ultimately, when we get to higher and higher levels of support and resistance, we're ultimately going to have to face off against the exact same Princess Dilemma. Are you going to sell? If you're going to sell anyway, if you're here to scalp AMC and GME, get out of here, right? We're not here to make a little bit of money. We're here to make life-changing money. Without giving any financial advice, of course. Okay, I do need to do more ticker symbol suggestions. So at 8 o'clock, I'll do a couple. Some of you have asked about HPR, and now someone is saying CSCR. Yeah, we're gonna cover a bunch of them soon. However, right now, 8 minutes of time until the power hour is over. Sourness 710 says Viacom's entry point, of course, not financial advice. Viacom, super interesting, right? We saw Viacom dip because of the whole shenanigans with Archegos. When did the Archegos thing happen? Yeah, the 26th. So Archegos went belly up on the 26th. And from $66, it tumbled all the way to 41, so it lost 30%. Viacom lost 30%. It tried to rally early on today, right? You see that this is basically a fake out coming from a consolidation, then a start of a corrective wave. It faked you out thinking that there's going to be an impulse coming on soon. That was actually just part of this corrective wave. That's a very easy way to lose a ton of money, so be careful, don't get faked out by that. An easy way to be able to tell that this was a fake out was how it crossed over the MACD here, right? That MACD quickly started to return and touch that signal line. If you sold here, you would have been okay, but you wouldn't have made much money, right? So Viacom right now, it is basically a reversal play that will need a larger catalyst, because all of the money that Bill Huang and Archegos had in Viacom is gone, and it's not going to be replaced anytime soon. And FREQ, Chef Pew Pew, I have you on deck. DraftKings, starting a list. FREQ, then HPR. DraftKings. Five more minutes. Essentially the channel that I drew here, coming from this day right here, coming off of this beautiful impulse all the way up to $204.30. That was the daily high today. GameStop has followed that channel pretty much consistently to the end of Power Hour. I'm assuming that it's going to end right at the intersection between the 195 resistance level and the channel that I built here. Sorter says, oh, MF, God, dude, I have $3 cash left after my TDA loaded up on AMC, GME, BB. Come on, AMC, just squeeze. When are these hedgies finally gonna just die? According to the SLR rule and the DTCC, maybe very soon. Hey, Andrew, since you're into Bitcoin, what do you think about Hive blockchain stock? Hive blockchain. People have been asking about it for a good amount of time. So yeah, Hive, you're on deck too. You know what, Hive, you're first. Hive is first right after the markets close. And then we're gonna do FREQ, and then some DraftKings, and maybe some CSCW. Hey, Johnny. Okay, so 4 more minutes until the day is up. You guys ready for me to bell? You guys ready for me to just gong this bell right here? Yo, Mo, what's up, bro? Says Javier Lopez. What's going on? Oh, hey, Drew, buddy, old pal. What's your thoughts on hashtag UPC? Just bought a bunch of sales. You mean ticker symbol UPC? We'll take a look in a second. Peter Luscombe. Watch GME shares on Thinkorswim. Active trader time sales. Shares are up for grabs under 145. What the actual F? I don't have TD Ameritrade. Have you read the post about married put on married? People getting married? What is this, a typo? SVY is tanking right now. Oh, didn't even notice a little red candle messing up my perfect prediction. My prediction was basically flawless until the last second. Predict a close, says Riker. I'm not so sure anymore. I was going to say right at this intersection. So what is that? 195? You know, I'll stick to my guns. I'm seeing a last minute reversal to 195. Okay, I'm starting to get less confident about that every second I... Either way, GameStop has essentially no stakes today. So that's one of the most important things to remember. Although AMC still down on the day, but seeing an inverse reaction for the first time to the market, right? That beta is negative for the day. Interesting. AMC usually doesn't act this way. No, it's legit about married conversions. Oh, conversions. We talked about this before. Conversions, an easy way to buy near in the money or in the money calls or at the money calls and then mess up because they're actually buying out at the money puts right against you. Conversions is an easy way for hedge funds to short the stock even without shorting it. Perfect Snake 69. AMC GME always seem to dip after it's been trading sideways all day. Gonna buy me some if it drops mañana. See the trend? AMC GME always seem to dip. Not necessarily, although I do see where you're coming from. Not necessarily. Look, $2 away from until my prediction. 1 minute. Serious question. Would it be better for Ryan to keep the stock price down while old guard officers leave so they can sell their shares now and new officers brought in and they get stock? No, it doesn't matter. The price of the stock has nothing to do with the price that okay, hold on a second. Let me explain this a little bit further, okay? You're saying that you would like GameStop to pay them less stocks because if the price is low, no. See, that's the inverse. If the price was high, then they pay them less stocks because the amount that they pay is consistent, is cash, right? They'll say they'll pay you like $10 million worth of shares at the price when you join. So if the price is higher, they get fewer shares. From GameStop's point of view, right? From their shareholders' point of view. If they're trying to pay the new guard coming in less, then they want the price as high as possible. And there we go. I was wrong. The day's over. GameStop likely is Possibly different on your broker, depending on which broker you have. 193,859 is the end of the day, 6.78% up. 16 million volume, you know, it's not nothing, although it is still less than 30%, less than 50% of the average volume on the day, but it is still up 6.5%. AMC, on the other hand, barely eked, just 3 cents lower than market close yesterday, although that was hard fought to be able to get here. So GG, not bad, right? Not bad at all. Good day, GME. Ding, 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 ding. Roll the bell. Okay, now we'll look at some more ticker symbols. But you guys are likely thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow. So let's cover a little bit of the DD we need to cover. Living in the wild. I appreciate that super. Matt Weiler, Goldman buying shares in AMC today. Great day. Hello from Matt's stream. What's going on? Hey, drop some ducks in the chat if you're coming over from the Moon Gain. Moon Platoon salutes you, welcomes you, and wants to remind you that we are just 600 subs away from 15K. And if you like AMC, Chris Rakes has you covered, right? Only 600 more subs until we get to 75,000. And of course, the like button, right? Mr. Eric Andres wants to buy 20 shares of AMC if we can get up to 5K. Even more pledges below that. Oh man, okay, so we do want to be able to, so stay tuned because we are going to talk about the news from that meeting, if we can find a little bit of a recap there. So that meeting had an agenda that we covered together. Let's see if we can get the third bridge meeting news out. Third bridge forum, GME. Video game industry update 2021 strategy. Nope. I imagine it's going to be all over the news tomorrow, though. All right. So this is the options chain from earlier. Let's see. So we do have a couple of stonks that people have requested, so we're going to cover them in a second as well. The naked shorting scam revealed. Actually, I was looking that up a second ago. Oh, here it is, right there. The naked shorting scam revealed. Lending of market maker privileges, the married trade, put trade, and inflicting max pain on them will bleed them dry. What a coinkydink. I had it pulled up all along. Living in the wild, another super, thank you. Did you see the article on Seeking Alpha about a secondary GME stock offering? Haven't seen anything about this at all. Haven't yet. Haven't quite yet. What's up? Ducks in the chat right now. Moon Gain. Check out this hoodie. It's the softest, most comfortable hoodie I've ever dang seen. You have a little tuft of hair right here as well. So, if you guys want to get your hands on it, andrewmomoney.com. That's you right. You heard me. andrewmomoney.com. So let's see. Show me the money, says Dr. Gonzo. Heck yeah. So let's look at this. The naked shorting scam revealed. 2 London Read naked short selling privileges are being illegally sent to short funds by market makers. The married put trade and an even sneakier reverse conversion modification of the trade are described. These types of trade explain a bunch of stuff. We talked about conversions before, although that video is now so old I cannot put it out anymore. So this could be a good video. Wow, it's long. We know if you guys are a subscriber of the show, you would have learned about conversions earlier. Very sneaky, very difficult to detect, and you can provide the same effect as shorting the stock, even if the stock is on the short sale protection list. Gillywax says, I need that hoodie in my life. Well, it's going away. These hoodies are going away basically this week. It's just going to be cycling through new stuff in the merch store all the time. Will I sell shirts with that design? Yeah. There's t-shirts in the merch store as well. ACK ordered a Meatball coffee mug. Aww. Duck, duck. This post will explain everything. It's huge. It really is. It's humongous. I don't want to bore people though. Let's see if this is done. Why is it not done yet? So I'm assuming we're going to be able to see the results of that soon. I think someone just joined as a member. Scott McDonald, thank you for joining as a Mo Monkey. I really do appreciate that. Oh, I have to jump off real quick, and I'm going to be back in less than 10 minutes. So 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll see you back here. Don't go anywhere. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Boy, oh boy. Hard to hold people's attention. Had to jump off for a hot second, but we are going to cover a couple more of the questions that you guys have had, as well as this comprehensive, very comprehensive naked shorting scam revealed here. As a reminder, we are going to be scouring if people are gonna tell us soon. Let me see if I can do new, because I would like to find out about this third bridge meeting. Yeah, people are already asking what happened to the third bridge meeting. I'm not even sure if it's completely over yet, so that's the thing. But we already covered the third bridge meeting's agenda here, right? That most importantly, whoa. Most importantly, we have down in the corner here that they are going to talk about ad revenue analysis of GameStop's existing business segments. That's already whatever exists, and then foot traffic recovery trends post pandemic. So that's something that we also want to be able to cover here. Pretty huge. Okay, naked short scam. Ooh, baby, that just sounds scary. So the naked short scam is likely going to be composed of mostly the conversions, which we've already explained before, right? When you buy a call option, likely this is going to cause some a little bit of turbulence at the end of the day with the conversions here, and allows these the bad hedgies, the short ones, to turn your call around and then hurt you on the way back down. Okay, so, and Melanie, thank you so much for joining as a Mo Monkey. I appreciate that. Let's see. Okay, so right before that, I do want to be able to cover, like I promised, some stuff. So Hive, you are next because we saw that someone requested it earlier, and then FREQ is after that, and let's see where we are after that. Okay, so Hive, I've already put a couple of. Let me just see if this is the right Hive. Yeah, DeFi. Oh no. Yes, blockchain. Okay, good. So this is the right Hive. I placed these levels of support earlier on, and then moving here, moving here. One of the largest questions about risk to reward is if this is a good entry point, can it actually end up going back up to $5, right? Which is that level of resistance that I wrote up here, double tested once in February and once in early March. I would say that there's a double test of this support level, which is why it's such a hard bottom. And since it doesn't act in the same way as normal stocks because it is largely based on the blockchain, I would say that right now we are seeing a good buy opportunity here back a couple of days ago. If you did buy in Gratz, because you would have been up 260 up to 350. Now that said, it could easily be contested here. This is where the VWAP is, as well as the exponential moving average. So if you expect it to burst through the exponential moving average, it would have had to have been like last time when it did, but when it burst through the EMA last time, it burst through it on the 8th of March, got up to 450. I mean, that's not nothing, but it is only like 20% up. So that 20% up boost only got it up to $4.50. So as of right now, that is likely going to be the same ratio that you're looking at. 50 or a 50 cent to $1 boost above the EMA before it corrects again. That said, if you do see a major divergence between the MACD, you might be able to jump on and see a recontest $5. All right, so that's Hive. Let's do FREQ. Yes, I covered FREQ already. Okay, so FREQ had a bad earnings report for Q4. It tumbled all the way back in the last week, on March 22nd. And it's been trading sideways ever since, right? So if you want to put like a stop buy, like a limit buy, you should wait until the MACD actually separates far enough away on the hourly chart from the signal line, right? That is the only way to be able to tell. I would say that if you see that the price bursts through the EMA, that might be a good opportunity as well. But as of right now, I don't see that FREQ is taking the time to make a full recovery soon with whatever happened today. 4.5% up. I don't think that was the squeeze. I don't think that was the rip we were waiting for. Oh boy. Sherlock Stocks tagged me in a Twitter. Okay, let me go check it out. Twitter.com. Here is Sherlock Stocks, tagging me 38 minutes ago, and then another one. Is it? You tagged me multiple times. Is it the I'm imagining you're talking about the Alexis Goldstein AMA. Very exciting. That's also one of the reasons why we'll be here on Friday, talking about that. Let's see. If you sell, then you having obviously missed out. Okay, gotcha. She's doing an AMA on Reddit on Friday, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see. Let's actually look at that. This thread right here. Info. Huh? Okay, I don't want to spread FUD. That doesn't make sense. Naked shorting scam revealed. Here we go. Nice headphones, thanks. They're quite gross now because of how many years I've used them. Trash Panda says, hi, it's my first time on your channel. Really enjoyed your video earlier. May I ask a question? What do you think about HCMC? Just for you, Trash Panda, we're going to do HCMC real quick. This is what happens when you guys ask nicely. So, let's see. Wow, this is an actual penny stock. A real penny stock. I don't have too many opinions on penny stocks. However, it's hovering at what? 0.001 cent. I don't have any opinions on penny stocks, unfortunately. This is like Jordan Belfort said, right? Somebody's going to fall for this, and as of right now, it could make you rich, but at the same time, there's just a lot of risk inherent in buying penny stocks. Trash Panda, I tried. Okay, so too long didn't read. Naked short selling privileges are being illegally lent to short hedge funds by market makers. The married put trade and even sneakier reverse conversion modification of the trade are described. Okay, so hold on a second. Let me just read these bullet points, and then I'm gonna try and whiteboard this. Hold on, I'm gonna see what I should be whiteboarding here. One sec. Conclusion. Okay, I want to be able to see conversions. There was example of a reverse conversion version of the married put. So buys N shares of OSTK, buys puts for $5, sells calls for $1. Options market maker OMM and the short seller SS. Once more, the option market maker obtains a net market neutral position. Owning calls is a long position, just like writing the puts. But the calls are deep out of the money and expire worthless if the price remains down as intended. Yeah, okay, so this is the conversion here. Boy, is this confusing as heck. And that's why we're going to be able to whiteboard it together. Oh, man. No, thank you. Okay, let me draw this here. So we're gonna notice how this was backwards. I was drawing backwards this whole time. Okay, so calls. So they take calls here. Let's say that they this is the price. How do I draw this? Let me think about this. So this is the price of GME. Okay, so the price goes like this and hits here. Let's say that this is $200. And now, so this is GME. This is the opportunity to be able to buy calls and puts. So we're going to have a column that says U here. And then we have, what do we call them? Institutions? Short hedgies, right? Options market maker. And actually come down here. So it's going to be you, the options market maker, and then the short seller. When I do get a stylus and a drawing pad, people are going to be, it's going to be a funny time to remember when I had to actually use a whiteboard here. Bionic Man. Oh, hey, if I sign up for your $100 a month subscription, would you make a video about NAK for me? 100% I would. GoFundMe to buy Andrew a new whiteboard. Honestly, software is the way here. So GME is at this price. So I'm assuming that the conversion that is going to call right here is that you want to buy a call, right? For the same amount of money, the options market maker then writes your call here. This is why this is so confusing, because I think there should only be two parties. There should only be you and hedge. There might be more, but the most important part is that you buy a call from here. They sell it for like $50 a share, right? So they sell it for 50 times 100, so that's $5,000, right? And then they buy a put for the same amount, but it only costs them $4,500 because of arbitrage. So now they've already made money. And as soon as GameStop pushes below that price at $200, they're going to then exercise their puts, and so immediately sell, and then they are back up $4,500 roughly. There's a margin there, but they're, hold on a second. So $200. They're now up the option. So this is the option of being able to sell it. So they have to be able to, so from the other side of the contract, then they sell 100 shares at 200 times 100. Actually, this part doesn't matter as much. So they're currently up $500. Then they have the opportunity to be having their put in the money, and then you are just down $5,000, and then there's nothing you can do about it because these calls expire in the money. Expire out of the money. Okay, I think this is the way I'm going to explain it. Still a little confusing, but we are going to get there. Okay. Christopher says, yo, I just bought the hoodie you're wearing. Black XL. Looking forward to receiving it in about a month's time. I live in Denmark. Well, thank you so much. AndrewMomoney.com. Okay. God, I'm getting tired. This is a lot. Math is fun, but it gets so tiring sometimes. Okay. Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Professor Meatball, and I am Andrew. We are looking at another whiteboarding opportunity to explain how these conversions, especially these married conversions, is going to make the hedgies money and make you lose money, even though you think you're helping out the cause by buying call options. In fact, this is going to be a comprehensive overview by user BROCCAAA, user Brokaw, and make sure you guys have already shown some love to the post by giving it an upvote right here and giving it a good, a solid comment as well, right? As well as giving this video some love by smashing that like button early, dropping a comment in this video, and telling us exactly what you've learned from it, because we are going to cover the naked shorting scam revealed, lending of market maker privileges, and the married put trade, and why inflicting max pain will bleed the hedgies dry. And, of course, we want to deliver the most important points up front. Josh, I'm going to cover your super in a second. Too long didn't read. Naked short selling privileges are being illegally lent to short hedge funds by market makers. The married put trade and even sneakier reverse conversion modification of the trade are described. These types of trade can explain a whole mess of stuff, and you guys want to watch to the end of this video to fully understand how short interest has been manipulated in official reporting numbers, how naked short selling has become so widespread, why borrow fees can still be so ridiculously low, how how the vast majority of options, both puts and calls, might be due to naked short selling, how short sales are washed and are able to dump on the market even during SSR, and why such a large number of out-of-the-money calls have been recently seen, actually part of a naked short trick, not long whales or gamma ramps. Hey, if all of that did make sense to you, congratulations. And if that didn't make sense to you yet, you will. So one of the most important things is starting your financial journey with us, and as we go along, I'd appreciate if you ask any questions in the live chat or in the comments down below so we can answer them and help us learn together. So let's get going. I'm going to skip through a couple of the bits, but most importantly, as a reminder, we are not financial advisors. We are not giving you financial advice. Introduction, right? So I'm going to skip through and just make sure that we have the most important pieces so that we can eventually get to this whiteboard here. Why is the borrow rate so low when there are no shares available to borrow? Why is the reported short interest so low when all other evidence suggests that short interest is astronomical, right? What is going on here? So first thing, a little bit background about this paper that they are linking here. Failures delivers, FTDs, right? Phantom shares that circulate in the stock market as real shares, they need to be covered, or at the very least found a person to borrow from in a specific given amount of time. If they don't, then it's going to cost whoever is doing illegal activity like malicious short selling a ton of money. These phantom shares have flooded the GME market. In January, reported SI was 140%, meaning without any doubt, massive shorting, naked shorting was happening in GME. Now that said, you could recursively short and not have to deal with naked shorting or counterfeit shorting, right? So I don't think, just to be able to temper expectations, that there are without any doubt naked shorting, and that is why, of course, the bad guys have not been prosecuted yet, because they seem to be able to wriggle through when we seem to have gotten them, and the most obviously illegal parts of this story. We have a letter from the SEC here based on their own research into naked shorting, right? We've covered that the SEC has known about naked shorting and how to not do it since 2013 because of a post that the SEC put on their own website about exactly what naked shorting is and how you shouldn't do it. Aww, thank you. Chicken wing. Okay, so how a hedge fund can fake short interest numbers and sell naked. Let's cover this first. One of the perks of being a market maker is that you don't have to play the normal rules of FTDs and selling short. In the process of making markets, which requires hedging positions, market makers theoretically may need to sell stock they temporarily do not have. This is the asynchronous nature of the market, right? They want to sell, but darn it, I don't want to buy. So I just want to sell and I don't have any shares. I'll just sell right now without even thinking about where this share is coming from until later. I will pass it on to future me. A future hedge fund is possibly even wealthier because of all the manipulation that we've done, right? Although only market makers should have the ability to sell stock naked, it is possible to loan their privileges to other hedge funds to play short. So now we are starting to get into messy territory because market makers normally are supposed to make small, marginal, objectively neutral positions on small changes, right? Spread. However, as of right now, we see that the hedge funds can also give the power of the Thanos snap, the infinite short glitch, right? We have just all of these shorts coming out of the woodwork. Where are they coming from? Absolutely nowhere. This could be, and almost certainly is being done with GME shares to hide SI and avoid massive borrowing fees, right? And this here is a quick explanation of exactly how they can sell their ability to do so. This image is taken from the linked paper and gives an example of naked selling for overstock shares using a married put trade. Let's cover this real quick. The options market maker naked shorts, right, because they can, and shares of this to the SS. And then the short seller, the hedge fund that normally doesn't have this power, buys these shares from the market maker. So they basically took those naked shares and say, yum, yum, thanks so much. And then they bought shares that don't exist quite yet. And then the market maker sells, writes puts for $5 on N shares of this stock. And then the short seller buys puts for $5 on N shares of this stock. So this how is this the same as transferring the powers of naked shorting to each other? The option maker obtains a market neutral position. Selling puts alone would create a net long position. Thus, in theory, the market makers naked short sale hedges against downward price moves. The option maker receives a premium for the puts. In the example above, most of the $5 is the fee the market maker charges for renting this short sale locate exception allowed under regulation SHO. After the married put is executed, the short seller then sells the shares into the market. Every time the short seller sells a share, his net short position increases due to the decreasing long position in the GME stock. The end result is that he is long puts on GME, which is equivalent of being short. And yet we didn't do any shorting, right? At the very least, the hedge fund didn't. They don't have the power to make it short. They just borrowed it from this options market maker here. It is possible to short sell using market maker privileges with an options trick and avoid massive borrowing fees for hard to borrow stock. This is illegal and clear manipulation of the market maker rules. Shame on them. In 2003, SEC interpretive release, the commission expressed concern about the manipulation sale of securities underlying a married put as part of a scheme to drive the market price down and later profit by purchasing the securities at a depressed price. With increased scrutiny on married puts, anecdotal evidence suggests that they are being masked within market neutral trades known as reverse conversions. You know, you could do this yourself too. If you wanted to save money on taxes, there are ways to be able to switch things around and make you save money based on donations. Let's say that you have an appreciating asset like Tesla stock or GME stock. You bought GME stock at $100. Now, I don't have any whiteboarding ready, but let's say here, a simple way to be able to follow the money here is that this GME bubble here is when GME was worth $40, let's say. And you want to be able to cash out now. You want to cash out because GME was worth $400 during the January gamma squeeze. So you want to be able to say, I want to sell my shares, but I would be making a $360 profit, and since I haven't waited a whole year yet, I would have to pay capital gains. That sucks. Well, another way to be able to figure out how to do this is to donate these shares at $400 and then take the money that you were going to donate to this company, to whatever donation place that you want, and then take $400 and buy more GME shares. So you donated these shares, you didn't sell them, so you didn't get any capital gains, and you get to write these off on your taxes. So these are tax benefits here. Boom. So you get to write off the $400 and then buy more GME shares. It's kind of like you didn't do anything at all, and you got to reap all the benefits of the tax benefits here, right? The $400 that you were going to spend for the donation anyway, you now get to buy more GME with it, and the GME that started to appreciate from $40 to $400, you got to actualize all of the benefits there without selling it. Pretty cool. In that sense, this is just another version of a trick that the hedge funds and the market makers can do together. Let's get back to it. This is also, now we're going to have to put the whiteboard back up in a quick second, how to hide your illegal married puts, the reverse conversion. Here's another example of naked selling for overstock shares, now using reverse conversion trade. Let's see, the market maker now shorts N shares of this OSTK to the short seller, and then they buy N shares of OSTK from OMM, right? So this is just currently a short, naked short here, and then buying the share here, sells the puts for $5 on N shares of this share, buys the puts from the market maker, and then buys calls for less because they have the ability for arbitrage. They make money on this call, and then they sell a call for $1 here. Once more, the option market maker obtains a net market neutral position. Essentially, it's like they didn't do anything. However, owning calls is a long position just like writing the puts, but the calls are deep out of the money and expire worthless if the stock price remains down as intended. The only difference here is the market maker earns slightly less for renting his short sale locate exception. 5 minus 1 equals 4. This is the addition of the call sales, masks the trade, and attempts to hide its illegality. However, a key point about the paper states that regulation SHO stocks with large unsettled trades often exhibit a similar characteristic. Short-selling hedge funds with significant put holdings in 13F filings. Now, what exactly is going on here? StrayX is asking if people lost money on calls for GME, would that be separate from losing money on a stock? Yes. Losing money on premiums is, unfortunately, has different tax implications. So, Let's bring this board back up here. What exactly is a conversion? Well, you can be fooled into helping the hedge funds by buying call options yourself. Let's say that GME is about to touch $200. So right at the money, you as a smart investor buy at the money calls. Let's say that you buy one contract, right? That's 100 shares. And that's the option of buying 100 shares at $50 premium. So you lose $5,000 immediately paid up front. You're going to lose that premium no matter what, even if you don't action on it. However, on the hedgy side, they just sold you, right? Because they can have the ability to sell you these contracts $5,000. When they go ahead and sell you that call, they immediately buy the equal and opposite put from another market maker. This way, they are benefiting from the arbitrage that we just saw immediately. They sold you a $50 premium, and then they only get charged, let's say, a $45 premium per contract, sorry, per share. So that times 100 is $4,500 from this one trade. They already made $500. As soon as GME starts to dip as intended, they exercise all of their puts, which creates more downwards pressure, same as shorting GME, and your contract will never be in the money as long as they continue doing this over and over again with more and more gullible people. So this is another way, without shorting it, to create that same idea of converting your call option into downwards pressure for GME. So there we go. Thank you, Mr. Whiteboard. Back to it. We see a massive amount of puts sold for GME expiring on April 16th. That's a possible 70% of hidden short interest that will expire in the options in a couple of weeks. So remember, the SI only gives us an idea of what FINRA identifies as shorts. However, these downward pressures, these coerced buys and sells, they're ultimately also counting as shorts. That's why this author is saying there's 70% of hidden short interest here. Many of the put trades are likely to be the hedge fund's short positions from married puts. If they can expire worthless, the hedge funds lose their bet, and the market makers are left with a massive ton of short sold IOUs to deal with, right? That is likely going to cause margin calls, and then the margin call squeeze, the mix squeeze. Trademark Andrew Mo Money and Professor Meatball. Let's see. Let's go down a little bit more and look at just the sheer amount of back of the envelope calculations for the short interest here, right? And let's go and look at the fact that they're looking at the recent DTCC filings, right? We all noticed that there are DTCCs trying to cover themselves because why would you think that you need insurance for, a family member stabbing another family member if you didn't think that was going to happen soon? DTCC wants to be out of the drama, and this is the easiest way for DTCC to stay out by basically saying, you guys are on your own. We used to have the $1 trillion package, the insurance package, to be able to help you. Right now, if we find out, one, that you're lying to us, or two, you're being too risky, we are going to margin call you ourselves. And not only that, your friends are going to have to pay too. It incentivizes everyone to eat each other, and that is a beautiful thought to have. Conclusion. GME short interest is likely hidden in options using manipulative trades that illegally allow hedge funds to borrow market maker privileges and avoid paying large borrow fees. Every week that we allow options contracts to finish out of the money, the illegal naked short trades become more unsustainable. DTCC filings shows that they are scrambling to avoid holding the bag, a larger hand, or whale flipper, to almost always set us down perfectly around the max pain each Friday to drain the shorts. A storm is brewing around GME, and this author is going to keep on hodling and buying that dip. Once again, this is going to be in the description. I'm going to add it right now, and you guys are going to be able to click this video, this DD, and show this author some love. Show this video a little bit of love as well, if you wouldn't mind. Go ahead and drop a like on this video. Go check out andrewmomoney.com to get a hoodie like this yourself, or drop a look at the free link down below for WeBull to get 2 free stocks on top of getting part of your financial journey, along with a data scientist and a sleepy dog professor there. If this video made you laugh or cry, or just gave you a couple more wrinkles than you are normally used to, drop a like on this video, drop a comment, and I appreciate you, and we'll see you in the money. Let me show you some of the people that have made this show possible first, and now we'll see you in the money. I'm starting to not be able to fit in that frame. Okay, so let's see. What kind of questions y'all have? Did that make sense? Did you guys like that? Let me see what kind of questions y'all have. So Stray X said, if people lost money on calls for GME, as in your call expired out of the money, that's one of the ways that taxes are completely different for that kind of consideration. Which is also a way that so shorting and options are ways for institutions to get around the sheer amount of taxes they have to pay. That's what they were hoping to get a ton of attendees by shorting GME all the way to 0. And at that point, they don't have to pay anything on top of those gains there. Josh DeFelice says, just got in. Did we learn anything from the GameStop meeting? Not quite yet, but I appreciate that super there. Callum says, Andrew plus Gorilla need help. Bro, B-Day, he has been going through a tough time. Created IG plus Twitter for him with handle the martial arts. Please read and shout out pin post. Okay, I don't know what Andrew plus Gorilla, what is their username? Their username is the martial artists. Okay, let me go check them out. L. Randall, the DD missed a bunch of issues. I only have 150 characters. Oh no. Well, the concept is still there, right? Conversions do exist. Right? They exist in that textbook. They exist in the market right now, allegedly, supposedly. Where did my phone go? Is this my phone? This is my phone. Let's see if Matt Core followed up. Gonna have to answer them in a second because this might seem like a phone call. Let me see. Verindegard. Okay, let me check out what message you guys have on Instagram. This is a hot chance for you guys to ask me any questions. Oh, the martial artist right here. Thank you. You are a legend. Well, go check him out. I appreciate that. The martial artist without a T. And then Verindegard. I don't see your message. Oh, there you are. Aw, Zana, a female boxer. Very cute. Oh yes, you had a birthday recently. Well, happy birthday, and very cute doggo. Let's have this doggo send us out. Goldman Sachs purchased 12,000 shares of AMC today. Wow, did not see that. Anyone else waiting for Trey's infamous 10K video with the Wolf of Wall Street? Yeah, I'm excited. 100% dope. 100% excited for that. Spending 10K on the Wolf of Wall Street? Seriously. Let's see. Send a message to your Twitter, Andrew. Don't want to clout, just a friend. Okay, let me see the Twitter. You know, I never get messages on Twitter, so maybe I'm just confused about how to use Twitter messaging. Oh. Nope. Allow message requests from everyone. Ah, that's how I do it. Okay. I don't know why that wasn't default. Okay, now I should be able to see your messages. I originally just couldn't. Okay, so I just allowed message requests on Twitter, so go ahead and send me another one. Let's see. How did my chat go with Netflix? Well, talk to the director. Seems like a cool guy. I'm the Bruce Lee of stocks. Little known about me, I do martial arts, but it's performative. And after the pandemic started, I haven't had too many opportunities. Kevin Matumbo for Trey because he's cooking with Crisco. Heck yeah. Nice sweater, says Corey Ryder. This is a hoodie. This is a hoodie with Professor Meatball on top. Okay, is this video done processing? I'm trying to take out the freaking copyright because of the stupid Home Alone. So hard to get over that. So we are, what is this? 625 subs away from 75,000. It would be really cool if we get there at some point tomorrow. It'd be super sweet. Chris Rakes is up there. Let's see. Okay. Oh man. Regarding the $100 call option, says Wayne Well, but what's the best case scenario for these people? I'm still ape when it comes to options. I am, so let's look at the options chain again. So we have these $2 million worth of call options at $100 here. Right, these are deep in the money here. So they have the option to exercise these options when GameStop gets higher or lower, right? But they're going to be more expensive, obviously, because you're betting that GameStop is going to stay above $100, right? So these are safer bets because GameStop could go all the way back to $100. You would still lose out money if you exercised it closer to 100 because you paid a hefty premium. However, if GameStop goes way up higher, right, you're essentially trying to piggyback on top of the bet that like people like Heath Gill did, people like Roaring Kitty did, while still being able to ride the wave as high as you can, right? This is just support at the bottom of the barrel here. If GameStop ever gets closer to $100, then it's going to be clearer and clearer that these people over here are I guess conservatively placing their bets to buy $100 GameStop at $100 strike. Eugene says, I have new art. He's trying to learn how to make an NFT. Eugene, I saw your post. I saw your email. I have to go through it piece by piece. It does seem like a lot of juicy stuff in there, so I really do appreciate you sending that over. Straight X says, I just realized I never say you drink boba. What kind of Asian are you? I totally have drunk boba on stream. James Allison says, I have predicted your sub count on Reddit. Ooh. Hope it's good. I hope it's good. German Lathe says, Chris Lathe says, I just want to let you know, man, when Meatball barked earlier, my dog in Germany also went ape. Just find it funny that Professor Meatball had triggered a bark squeeze. Now that's funny. Bark squeeze. Boom. Oh man. What happens if there's a put option that's very expensive? You mean the expensive premium? You can even do deep in the money puts, for example, right? People don't want to because it's so expensive. However, you could say, oh, I want to be able to, the option to sell GME at like, so the most expensive puts here is 190, right? So deep in the money puts would be even higher. And that would just, like, I'm not sure about exactly what the premiums are on that, but you can imagine that they're going to be hefty. They're likely not going to make any money. Back in the day, $200 options had $50 premiums. So essentially, you have to, if you want to buy a strike price at $200, the only way you're going to make actual money is if you exercise when it goes to 250, or if you sell them for a higher than the premium you paid for them. Corey says, my wife went to the door to check after hearing the barking, and my dog too, to see who was at the door. Aww. Meatball creating waves. Ooh, Joshua Grimvault has been training various stocks for 20 years. Wow. Bruce Lee's philosophy awoken something in me. Very cool, Joshua. Okay. Show off your digs, little nice sweater image. Heck yeah. Drake Bowdle says, yo, CNBC is straight up running scare ads. And we've talked about a little bit of the FUD earlier, right? Especially this article. GameStop stock, it's game over? Kidding me? Come on. So we knocked this off its rocker, although at the end of this video, Meatball starts barking, so I don't think I can use that. Well. Okay. Ooh. Cool new Yeti here. Hedge fund dies, a GameStop lives. How recent events will affect things going forward. Ooh, that's pretty cool. This GoFundMe, did you guys see this? Hilarious. Really good stuff. When you cracking that scotch. Oh. It's 2 p.m. where I'm at right now. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, clearly, because it's about 10 minutes away from 5 o'clock. Can anyone tell me what cooking with Crisco means? I'm not even sure of how it's spelled. Cooking with Crisco is when you are cooking with a mighty powerful oils substitute. It's animal fat. It's delicious. It's gonna make your cooking real tasty, and that's what we're doing here. We're cooking with Crisco. Comes from Trey's Trades, where he likes to say that when things really get started, things really get cooking. That's cooking with Crisco right there. Drake Bout says they are going full tantrum mode. We're about to have a great week. Fair enough. This is the way saying they are saying it's over because the low short interest being reported by FINRA, but we have other factors in play. They don't want to recognize or realize it, I guess. Yeah, so we just covered exactly how you can hide your SI percentage with options. I can stop drinking this. I'm gonna drink some water. Trade one big mug for another one. Jace Udyong says, watching your streams every day solidifies my diamond's hands for GME. Shouldn't. Not financial advice, but I appreciate it. Just one question. Do you know if WeBull grants the 5 free stocks right away? I've transferred 17 GME shares from Robinhood. I think there is some lag. I think you're talking about a brand new initiative that I'm not super familiar with, but yeah, it's an opportunity for you to be able to transfer your shares and then get some free stocks. A lot of people have been getting AMC. Okay, EG Insane, check Twitter. Oh look, I'm already getting message requests. Sweet. Oh, that's great. Oh man. Should I show this, Eugene? Should I show this to everyone? Because this is really cool. Crisco is lard. Yeah, it's animal fat. Louis Keefe F. Me again. Chewy, please. I went ahead and bought in at 78. Wonder what I'm in for. They just did earnings, but I'm at work. Shh. I won't rat on you, man. Chewy. Whoa. Whoa, mama. Oh, okay. I'm just like, it's because it's so flat. I was like, wow, what a rise. So I think Chewy's earnings report went well. Yeah, earnings beat, setting guidance ahead of expectations. So how high can we go? After hours will be able to tell us a little bit more, but looks like we have a near-term reward of 120. Oh, that's so 50% up is the near-term reward. Currently, we're trading at 88 after hours, so congrats, you're already up 7%. I would say that this wave likely is going to have to contest this EMA here at 200. Sorry, not the 200-day EMA. It's going to be already flown straight through. I wonder what this line I drew here is, but likely because I couldn't draw straight lines before. But I think, as of right now, Chewy is likely going to have a major rally for the rest of after hours, and then a major correction later on as well. Check the VWAP, right? Make sure that the VWAP is staying nice and tight, close to the price action, and everything in the after hours is going to be likely causing some paper hands at the top of the day. So we're going to likely see a bounce when the day opens. Frog ice cream cone, don't forget about this. Seriously can't. Lisa Jones. I do not know how to use Twitter. It makes me feel better though. I don't even have a Twitter. Mom of 6 in Indiana. Love the channel. Thanks for the education. Lisa, I got you. I am definitely old in some ways. Old and don't look at me. Crisco is vegetable shortening? Oh no! My bad. It's not animal fat. My bad. Oh, Thomas Webb. Have not followed any of today's movements, but where are we with AMC? What are your thoughts? Well, it's sideways. It's very sideways. Today was just a major day of consolidation. We saw this little cute cup pattern here, but of course it's just in the daily, so that doesn't show us enough of a macro movement. If you zoom out a little bit, we are able to see that AMC was carving a little bit of a cup here. Hold on. So they were carving a cup all the way from the January squeeze here, similar to the one that GME has, but not quite. And then it's carved an even smaller cup here with a more V-shaped, like double contesting of an 870 resistance within a couple of days of each other, 2 days of each other. So this right now is, in a macro Elliott wave theory, the beginning of the end of this corrective wave, and likely if we keep getting supported at $10, we'll be able to start seeing some rips up ahead. Mainly, take a note, exponential moving average here is a sense of the macro movements, either bearish or bullish, and right now it is has been flying high over the price action ever since that after hours dip on the 25th. So there might be a correction coming in soon, a reversal. Thomas Webb, I hope that answers your question. Subaru outbark to a Ferrari. Thanks to the dog Jones. Oh no, Eugene. Okay, so I'm gonna show. This is Professor Meatball by E-Gene here, going on by M-Gene on Twitter, holding a piece of the Dog Jones and Company, right? Bark Street news. What did she say again? Subaru outbark to a Ferrari thanks to the Dog Jones. That's awesome. I'm gonna put this on a shirt. This is really cute. Really good. Let's see. Cooking with bacon fat doesn't have the same ring to it. Exactly. Scrambled eggs with bacon fat. Yummy. Don't tempt me. Okay. I've been hodling my bladder. I've been hodling for a while. I have some videos to cut out. I have some important clips to create. Hopefully you guys are seeing a transition, right? We are building out some more opportunities for us to, one, give the DD authors exactly what they're looking for, like the credit that they deserve, and give us a little bit more time for us, right? Not just reading out loud, but also analyze and fully experience what kind of data there is out there, right? It's hard to be able to understand what it's hard to be able to explain what I should explain when I don't know how much the audience doesn't know. So that's why I'm going to start creating those strides forward, continue to make better content, and with the 3,000 of you here, smashing that like button, smashing that subscribe button, I really do appreciate it a ton. That is a really good way to support the show. Speaking of supporting the show, I just wanted to be able to take this tiny sliver from my face and say, I want to thank every one of you that has gone down to Patreon or gone down to this video right next to the subscribe button and press that join button. I really do appreciate it. I mean, it's one of the easiest ways to support the show for like a cup of coffee a month, and it's one of the best ways to show that you guys are still interested in the content, where we are constantly learning about every single day just a little bit more of your financial journey. So I appreciate it, right? One of the main things that you guys can do right now is to start investing in yourself. Right? And the easiest way to start is with a couple of the videos on this channel, as well as a couple of the videos on the larger scape of the GME and AMC universe. It's his GME University, ladies and gentlemen. Final super, let me see. Christopher Lewis says, hey, Andrew, could you share your opinion on APOP and which way you think it might go? I'm going to start with that early tomorrow, but I really do have to use a little astronaut's room. So let's see. That's the other one I'm currently working on. Eugene, I'm going to show your other one real quick. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is Eugene's finished masterpiece here, HODL. We got a Ferrari Chuburu Outbark. How I went from Chuburu Outbark to a Ferrari HODL. Professor Meatball. Very, very nice. Okay, so once again, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the money. Peace.